Welcome back to the journey and welcome to the new studio. Let's go. I feel like I haven't done an episode in like a year. Welcome to the new studio. And can I tell you all on how much I despise moving? And I did this all in a matter of a couple days, from packing to getting everything here to unpacking. I mean, I did have help, but the thing that I did learn is that when you have a collection and when it's old vintage pieces and you don't want those things harmed, dropped, misplaced, or damaged, you not only pack them yourself, but you pack them as if they're part of the Queen's crown jewels, and you move them yourself. So what I want to do today is something that I've actually never done before. I want to take you on a complete tour of my studio and everything that I have displayed. I mean, the way that I see it, if you're gonna be watching me week after week and wondering what the heck does he have behind him? I mean, because some of the things are out of focus. I want you to know what's back there, what I collected, and if you guys are paying attention, you guys get to know, oh hey, that's a new piece back there. But before we go on the tour, so why did I move? Well, I wanted a bigger space for the show. And since you've all told me that I use my hands a lot, I needed more space for my hands too. I mean, not only is this space a positive and safe space for you and I to both be creative, I mean, to be ourselves and to escape from the craziness of the outside world and focus on something that's fun and something that's from our childhood. And I always want to be pushing myself creatively to offer the max entertainment that I can be. And the old space that I had, although it got the job done, it just wasn't conducive of the look or the feel that I wanted for the show. And I always want this show to improve and get better for your entertainment. And that is very important to me, your experience. And we're not just gonna go on a tour of this studio and the stuff that you don't see in this camera frame, and we're also gonna get a figure that I am very excited about. So stay tuned for that. But for now, let's go on that studio tour. So let's go. So first off, for the centerpiece of my collection, my loose action figures. And this is my current collection as it stands right now. And for those of you who are watching for the first time, I am collecting the entire Star Wars vintage Kenner line made from 1977 to 1985. And yes, I started from scratch. So if you need to go back and catch up on those episodes, please do. So I got this case from a company called Collector Displays in the UK. They sell a variety of cases, and this was one that caught my eye. It holds 99 total figures, but as you can see, I have some variants and more that I have to get. So I use these special extension planks that I can showcase variants on. And I light it by using an LED tape that runs out of the bottom of the case. I also have a creature case made by the same company, Collector Displays, and a link to their website is in the description of this video. And right now, I don't have the cases mounted to a wall, but instead, I custom built this wardrobe rack out of metal pipes and plywood. I have the back of the case attached to a 2x4, and the 2x4 is secured to the rack via industrial hooks. And you can actually find wardrobe racks of all shapes and sizes for sale if you do Google searches for them. Or if you're looking for a project to do, they can be used for inspiration to build your own like the one I have. And I love having everything on wheels so I can reconfigure my setup when I want, or so I can easily get to cables and lights and to reposition or repair if I need to. So, flanking the figure cases are my custom-made shelves. They're made from heavy industrial metal pipes and custom welded to form the frame. I made them 5 levels high, and the wood planks are actually quality oak boards that have been stained and treated deep brown, then bolted and secured. I mean, these things aren't going anywhere. And just like I mentioned about the figure case being mobile, these bookshelves are mobile as well and have industrial railcar wheels added to the bottom. I can move these shelves with ease and reposition wherever I want. And I also reconfigured my stream station and edit station to be right next to the studio. I have my Mac attached to my 2 monitors, and I need these all for edits, Photoshop, script access, and this is a floating monitor in case I need it, but I mostly use it to play Skyrim and Fallout, and this is what I use for an audio preamp. my SSL2 Plus. I highly recommend it. And for streaming and multicam inputs, I use the Blackmagic A10 Mini Pro. Again, I highly recommend these. And for unboxing and doing product and figure reviews, here's my small table with the vinyl surface. I'm gonna go over my camera and light setup soon, but this is just a writing desk that I got from Target for 30 bucks on sale, and a white vinyl sheet secured by clamps and pins. And I use these foam colored mats for my action figure photography for my Instagram page. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, head on over and join me over there as well at the Padawan Collector. So for my cameras, I use 3 different types. My main cameras are Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 4K cameras. I use one for the main setup, and I use one for the review setup. And I also use this little camera. It's the Canon M50. And if you're just starting out or want to upgrade your stream, YouTube show, or your toy photography to the next level without breaking the bank, I highly suggest getting a Canon M50. And by the way, everything that I'm showing you and that I'm using in this studio is available down in the descriptions of this video. And I know that some YouTubers don't like to give up their secrets, but as an entertainment and educational channel, I figure that you guys and gals might want to know. But yeah, if you guys have gone to my Instagram page and seen my toy photography, I use the M50, and I also use this camera when I need to hold up a figure and show you small details, and this camera has a great autofocus feature. And here are the lights that I'm using. For my main lights, I use the Godox VL300s with a softbox. For my fill lights and the lights you can see in the background that light the walls, I'm using the Quasar T8 LED lights. And for the color highlights, I use newer LEDs with a color gel. And for audio, I only use Sennheiser mics. But now let's check out what's on those shelves. So on the right-hand side of the screen, on the top shelf, which you can't really see, that's my Ahsoka focus. So right now, everything that I have here is everything that I've gotten for my Ahsoka. But if we go on my spreadsheet and look at what I want to get, there's a ton of Ahsoka things that I have checkmarked down, and we're gonna start a new series pretty soon just focused on Ahsoka and my Ahsoka focus. And above that, I have 2 boxes, and this is where I keep my childhood collection. I'm either gonna build my own custom case, or I'm gonna talk to the guys over at Collector Displays and see what they can do to display my childhood collection. And just below my Ahsoka focus, I have a Vader lunch pail, which doesn't really belong in my vintage collection, but it's there for looks right now. I have my boxed Rancor that's inside an acrylic from Ian's Displays. And right next to it, I have my Lumat, which I just picked up from Vegas. And below that, I have my Mint on Card 88, my Jabba the Hutt playset that has everything inside sealed in baggies, the cardboard inserts, and a beautiful box inside an acrylic. And I have my Made in Mexico Gamorrean Guard. And this Reuse, somebody is going to win. And I'm gonna announce that winner very, very soon. And on the bottom of the shelf is my Black Series Stormtrooper helmet. And for the other shelves, on the top, I have my Size Noodles and the Rebo Band mint in box. And it's a little bit too big to fit on the bottom shelves. So if you see that up there, that's what it is. And surrounding it, I have my Vader collection. Now, I don't have a focus on Vader, but these are the ones that I kept. As you can see, I sold most of my modern figures, but these are the ones that I did keep. And I also have the new prototype Stormtrooper, and I might do a giveaway on that, so stay tuned for that. And one shelf down, I have an amazing piece that was given to me by the guys over at Red 5 Designs. This is one of my favorite pieces that I've gotten on this collection, so thank you to Gianni for drawing this for me. It is one of my favorite pieces in this collection. And surrounding that is what I have so far for my graded collection. And I only have 4 pieces, so I have a long way to go. And don't forget, we also have about 20 pieces that we've sent out to CAS that have not come back yet. So it's not that we're too far behind. One shelf down, we have a Return of the Jedi lunchbox that Mrs. Padawan got me for my birthday. We have the amazing Millennium Falcon that I got from an auction from the Super Awesome Geek Show that was donated by Andy and Josh from the Holo Chronicles. And next to that is a box Wampa that we got on an auction from the Imperial Commissary. And on the bottom shelf, we have a Tauntaun, and that was our first box piece that we collected on this run. And right beside that, the Cloud Car that was gifted to us by Eben the Collector. And on top of that, just for looks for right now, is a 1995 X-Wing that will go once this shelf fills up. So that is the lowdown of everything that you see in this studio and some things that you don't see. And because I had to break down this entire studio and rebuild it all over again, I'm gonna get a figure that was broken down only to be rebuilt again. Can you guys guess what it is? So today, I'm gonna try to get a C-3PO with removable limbs. In The Empire Strikes Back, our heroes travel to Bespin in order to escape the Empire after having to evacuate the rebel base on Hoth. Lando Calrissian, against his will, has helped Darth Vader in a plan to lure Luke Skywalker into Vader's trap. And the first person to discover that the Empire has infiltrated Bespin? C-3PO.
I'm terribly sorry. I didn't mean to intrude. No, please don't get up.
Now, when Anthony Daniels, who is the actor who portrays C-3PO in the movies, read the script for the first time, he thought that George Lucas had killed off 3PO and had to ruffle through the pages to discover that Chewbacca finds 3PO in a garbage heap getting ready for meltdown. Now, Star Wars Legends tells us that when C-3PO was destroyed, the droid's parts were brought to Vader, and upon examination, Vader recognized the droid and had flashbacks of young Anakin bringing it home to his mother from Watto's junkyard, and also flashbacks of how he brought the droid back to life himself. Vader, in a moment of compassion, ordered that the droid be taken to the Wookiee cell. But Vader corrected his sympathy by torturing Han Solo for no reason. When our heroes have to escape, Chewie is forced to place 3PO in a backpack to make their exit on the Falcon. And I had this figure when I was a kid. It was first released on the Empire Strikes Back line of toys in 1982 on the 45 card backs. He comes with his vinyl accessory, and this is only one of 2 figures to come with an accessory that are meant to have another figure use it. The other is R2-D2 with his pop-up lightsaber. C-3PO breaks into 5 pieces: right arm, right leg, left leg, and his torso, which is attached to his head. You can't remove the head from the torso, and that's probably a good thing, because as a kid, that would have been the first thing I lost on this figure. And nowadays, you would have seen headless C-3POs for sale as beaters. And right now, looking on the Star Wars tracker, you can find great examples of a complete removable limbs 3PO for prices ranging from $30 to $40. And I found one on eBay being sold for a grand total of $34.51 with shipping and taxes included. The figure came in a flimsy mailer, but the figure inside was protected very nicely. And upon closer inspection, the figure itself is shiny as shiny can be for a 3PO. For this figure, you want to see how loose the joints are and how flimsy the connection is between the sockets, especially if you're looking to grade this figure. And besides making sure the gold is scuff-free and isn't cloudy, the bag it comes with should have this shape to it, as if it's been freshly excavated from the card back and never played with. I mean, it's okay if it has been, but I'm only talking about if you want to get it graded. And since this is going for my display, this is gonna be a fine example for it. But if I find a lesser quality removable limbs 3PO for low cost, I'm gonna send in this one for a grade and place the other one in this case. So let's mark off this 3PO that we got from an eBay seller for the average market price of $34.47. And let's finally place this figure in our collector displays case. And it's good to get figures that I had in my childhood back into my collection as an adult. I mean, I'm sorry if I'm excited for that, but when I was putting together this run, these are the figures that I get the most excited about. I mean, if you watch one of my past episodes where I told you the story of my Hoth Luke and what I did to lose it, and now, as an adult, be reconnected with it, I mean, it's those nostalgic moments that I've had on this run that mean the most to me. So let me know in the comments what figures that you've collected that you've had those moments with. And if you found this video interesting, please hit that like button. It does support the channel. And if you want to see more Star Wars collecting content from me, please hit that subscribe button and also that notification bell so you know when videos go live. I post videos every Wednesday and Saturday. So I hope you like the new studio, and as always, my friends, thank you, and I will see you next time. If you're new to the channel, check out the welcome video, or just check out the next episode. And please subscribe if you want to follow the journey. And remember, there is no shame in being a Padawan.